One of the most pivotal naval battles in history was the Battle of Midway, which took place June 4th through 7th, 1942. This clash turned the tide of the Pacific theater in World War II over a tiny atoll, only 2.42 square miles, right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, halfway between the United States and Japan. America's use of air power, specifically the SBD Dauntless, was central to this victory. In June 1942, the United States Navy faced the formidable Imperial Japanese Navy. In an attempt to eliminate the U.S.'s forces in the Pacific, the Japanese planned to lure American aircraft carriers into a trap and occupy Midway Atoll. But the U.S. had a critical advantage. Thanks to the codebreakers at Station Hypo, the Navy already knew Japan's plans and prepared an ambush of their own. Central to the plan was the scout bomber aircraft, known as the SBD Dauntless. The Dauntless was a simple aircraft created with pre-war technology. It was affectionately known as slow but deadly. It wasn't the fastest or most advanced aircraft. However, it was incredibly tough, had excellent range, and was deadly accurate. On the morning of June 4th, the Dauntless squadrons took to the skies, ready to engage the enemy. Amidst the chaos of battle, American torpedo bombers launched attacks on the Japanese carriers but suffered devastating losses. Their sacrifice was not in vain. These attacks drew Japanese fighter cover to sea level, leaving their carriers vulnerable. This was the moment the U.S. forces were waiting for. At approximately 10:20 a.m., Dauntless bombers from the USS Enterprise and USS Yorktown soared into the skies above the Japanese fleet and delivered their payloads. Within minutes, 3 Japanese carriers, Akagi, Kaga, and Soryu, were ablaze. The Dauntless pilots' skill and bravery debilitated the Japanese fleet. Later that afternoon, the 4th carrier, Hiryu, met a similar fate. The tide of the Pacific War had turned. The U.S. lost 1 carrier to the Japanese 4, a decisive victory that turned the tide of the war by halting Japanese expansion and shifting the balance of power to the Allied forces. So, as we remember the Battle of Midway, let us honor the legacy of the SBD Dauntless and the brave men who flew them. Their actions changed the course of the war and ensured a future of freedom and peace.